Welcome, guys, to our very first podcast. This it
Welcome,
has
welcome,
been
welcome.
a very long time coming. All right, we're your hosts. My name is Gwen.
And I'm KK.
Alrighty, so this is our first episode. So today, the main focus is kind of just going around and talking about the name, how we came up with the name, and how we came up with the podcast. So just a little brief story. Where we was in Atlanta, right, at
Right.
a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So I always was talking to you about doing a podcast or some
Right.
type of talking thing, and I just never went through with it.
Right.
So we had the idea,
Mhm.
right? You was literally sitting across the table from me, and I
You
was
knew
like,
what you wanted.
I know what I
Yeah,
wanted,
yeah.
right? But I did not know how to put it together.
Right.
Like I'm one of those people. I will put things will keep on going in my head, but
Right.
I don't know how to put it together.
And that's where I come in.
Exactly, because she
Right.
does does the put together.
Yes. So we're
Yes.
siblings, by the way, if y'all didn't know.
Yes. So I'm
But yeah.
yes, I'm an older brother. What are we?
Like four
4 years different. Yes,
Yeah,
4 years.
yeah.
She's my little sister. So I have a passion for fashion and
Uh-huh.
talking about success and,
Yes.
and just like I just love talking to people
Right.
about just success, hard working, and everything. And she is a woman with a very strong faith, as I am.
We're getting there.
Exactly.
We're
Exactly.
getting there.
And
So,
it was like,
yeah.
what's a good way just to collaborate?
Collide, yeah.
Exactly.
Collaborate everything
Exactly.
together. So it's like where fashion meets faith.
Mhm.
And we will be having people join us too and talk about their success and even their profession and how their sense of style on their day to day kind of collides with their career, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So this is how we're going to get started. We're going to talk about us for a little bit. We're going to talk about our fashion sense.
Yes, exactly.
How our fashion sense is now compared to back then.
Mhm.
Not get into the nitty gritty because we'll hold that for another video because you
100%.
guys are just getting to know us.
Uh-huh.
So what would you say that your
God.
your style is right now?
I
Like
am
what is your style really rooted in? Like
honestly, that's a really good question because I don't want to say I'm all over the place,
right.
but I want to say every year I have like a theme, quote unquote. Like
Right.
last year, if you go back to like my social media, I had like a white t-shirt, like a white button-up phase. Like I am all over the place. But right now, think I'm becoming more. Now, I don't want to say. I don't even know how to explain it. I used to be very deep into streetwear, like very streety. But now I want to say I'm a mixture of both, of streety, but like casual, but a little bit
Yeah.
more conservative. Like I'm
So
wearing
you
a lot
have
of
like
buttons.
two different
Exactly.
like aesthetics.
Like
Yeah.
right now, I'm wearing like a very streety.
Yeah.
For some people, that's like a hillbilly.
But then at the top it's like classy
Exactly.
and like
So
chic.
I'm like a big combination.
You know,
And
yeah.
it really depends on how I feel to be
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
I understand that.
And first of all, we want to say this was not planned, by the way. The
It was
matching.
not, y'all.
It was not.
I literally picked this last minute because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we gotta wear something nice. He said we gotta wear something nice, and I sent him a picture of what I'm wearing. He's like, bro, I'm wearing the same thing.
So,
almost.
yes.
So I got out the car. We're like, what the heck?
So
I
exactly,
think
it
it's
was
the
not
sibling
planned.
like telepathy.
Exactly. How about you? What would you say is your
So
fashion?
I would say my fashion have changed a lot.
Mhm.
From high school, I feel like I was more like wearing black, like athleisure, because I was, athletic a little bit, like track, volleyball.
Don't play with her.
You know,
Got it. My mom-
I wasn't really the starter, guys, but
It's okay.
it was.
It's okay.
I had my moments,
Mhm.
but I found myself wearing more like leggings and like graphic tee or something like that. Now, I would say after graduating, I had more of, I would say, confidence because I did lose a lot of weight, and I feel like that contributed to me changing my style in a way.
Mhm.
But you should not really be going off of that. Just letting you know, don't go off like how your physical like silhouette look like to change your fashion because it's all twisted. Okay, but I would say that's where I was at my peak, where I was really feminine. And after having a baby, I just had a baby like 11 months ago.
Yes, she's so
I
cute.
found myself, I'm a stay-at-home mom now. I work sometimes, not all the time, but I find myself wearing more sweatpants, sweaters, because like ain't no one trying to make a lot of no one trying to make a lot of laundry, like do a lot of laundry, like
Got you.
you know what I mean? So, but I would say my fashion sense that I thrive for, that I really want, is classy, chic, but also not trying too hard. If that makes
Exactly,
sense.
I get you.
Like for example, like I'm wearing like a what would you call this? Like a romper.
Like a one piece,
Like a
together.
one-piece romper. It's polo. Shout out to my husband for getting it for me.
Period.
And then I have like kid heels. We'll insert a little clip,
Exactly.
And I feel like this is more me. This is where I feel more comfortable. But I would definitely say my fashion sense is definitely rooted in faith because I'm trying to be more modest, you know?
And I think you're doing so well so far.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
job.
Thank
and I,
you so
and I
much.
live for a good there's nothing I love more than a classy,
Thank
very
you.
well put together. I live for that. And that was going to be my next question actually about
Right.
exactly describe the outfit. And this is a beautiful piece from Ralph Lauren. We love Ralph Lauren.
Yes,
We love
I
Ralph Lauren.
love Ralph
And your
Lauren.
beautiful shoes. We are, by
Yes.
the way, we're going to insert a pictures. We
insert a
took some
clip.
pictures on the rooftop earlier and
Yeah.
to see the outfit. What about your shoes?
So like I have a Ralph Lauren on, we already covered that. But
Right.
basically it's having like giving a little like military moment.
Okay.
But I feel like the belt snatches the waist so it makes
I
it
love
look
that.
a little classy. And I just threw on some Ken heels, you know, some white Ken heels.
Period.
Because it's spring, you know, and I want to throw a little color in there. I don't really just want to keep it all
Gotcha.
black and like, because I'm wearing neutral, you know, and of course gold jewelry because I'm a
Because
gold
gold,
girl.
yes.
But
Love
yeah,
that.
that's what I'm wearing. What are you wearing?
Okay, so like I said again, I'm all over the
Because
place.
fashion icon is here.
Stop. That's a lot of
Yes.
that's very hard. Okay. First of all, this was actually a gift from her. She's very big into thrifting. So am I, but not as much. She knows all the good spots, literally. So she got me this top. I think it's called Sugars. The brand is called Sugar One or something like that. So it's like a quarter trench coat, which I freaking love. It's one of my favorite things. And my pants are actually from Walmart. They used to be my hunting pants, believe it or not, by Mossy Oak. I used to hunt, so I turned them into like a fashionable
You had a
thing.
moment.
I do have a moment. There's so
different
much,
hobby.
and that's one thing I'm gonna love about this podcast is we have so much different layers.
Yeah.
We're like an onion. We're like real onions for sure. My
Period.
shirt is by Balenciaga. What else? I'm not a big fan of gold, so all my jewelry is always gonna be silver. My shoes is by Kenneth Cole.
Right.
I think that's pretty much it for the outfits. But yeah, just stay tuned. There's just so much to unpack, and we don't even know where to get started. So,
Right.
but something else I really wanted to bring up is how did we come up with the name, and
Right.
what does the name stand for? Like, what does it
Right.
mean?
Okay.
What would
Would you want me to go first?
Yes, and I also would like to say too, one of the reasons why we went with that name is because it has so much different translation based on whoever
Right.
is like pretty much saying. Everybody has a different meaning
Right,
for it.
right. So my
Exactly.
translation might be different from his
Exactly.
translation, and I think it honestly kind
And
of
that's
is
the
a little
beauty
bit.
of it. Yes.
So basically, crowned in confidence. For me, I look at it as a way of how God tells us to wear a crown, right? So in Proverbs 31, it talks about, like she walks with dignity and righteousness. So for me, that kind of gives me the sense of like, not only what you wear is like the most important thing, but who you're rooted in. So for me, wearing that crown makes me feel like royalty because God looks at me that way. You know, so that confidence is rooted in Christ.
Yeah.
That's a word for someone out there.
Period.
A word.
Come
so
on.
that's what makes me feel confident wearing that crown everywhere I go. Sometimes I might not be physically wearing something really stylish, but knowing inside what I carry is what makes me confident.
Yes.
You know, and the clothes just kind of put a little sprinkle on it.
Sprinkle on it.
A little
It's so crazy because my interpretation of a crown and confidence is very similar. And to just add a little bit more to what you're referring to, that's how I see it as. Your confidence is an invisible crown. Okay, it's something that you don't. I mean, if you want to go ahead and put a tiara on a crown, by all means, do your thing. I'm not there to judge.
Your business.
Exactly. You don't owe anybody's explanation. However, I feel like it's the same thing. Confidence is like literally a crown, and it goes back to, you know who your father is. You are royalties. Let's act like royalty. Let's dress like royalty. So I shouldn't be. And I know I'm gonna clock a lot of people's teeth. You shouldn't. I shouldn't be catching you outside in a bonnet.
Ooh,
Absolutely not. You are royalty. Let's act like we're royalty.
Clock it.
Or no, what is it called?
Do-rag.
I mean, I kind of like you.
Not outside, bro. I feel like we should be looking. I feel like that's inside stuff, bro.
And I don't want to hear no double standards kind of BS.
Everyone have their own opinions about something. So you might think, do-rag is okay. Like I can make it look good.
That's my personal opinion. That's what I want to say
Personally,
too.
my personal opinion.
But
Don't let
you can make do-rag fashion. I've seen it before.
I think so.
So my thing is, I shouldn't be seeing no Cookie Monster pajamas out in Walmart.
Yeah, pajamas
Absolutely
is a
not.
no.
You are a royalty. You know better.
But we're not saying that make your fashion like a vanity or idol. You know what I mean? You
Exactly.
should not be really idolizing what you wear in a sense of like, oh yeah, that's who you're becoming, that's who you worship, because that's not.
100%.
You know? Because honestly, me, I don't really have that much fashion with clothes, but personally, I know how to pair things together.
And that's what matters.
Right.
And a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people can't separate the difference between designer or being fashionable.
Yeah.
There's two different ballgames. I know people that shops at the thrift store, but you could be Gucci down. You still can't put it, you know? Money don't buy class.
Let me tell you,
that's one thing I gotta say.
I'm a Duke girl. I'm a Duke. I like my money to stay in my pocket.
Period.
No holes gonna be drawn into it unless it's for quality. You know what I mean? I feel like quality and like spending it. Okay, then you might have to like throw a couple of hundreds in there if you want that good quality to last you for a long time.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, so it's gonna be different for me. I do like labels and stuff like that. I do like, but
you like dropping the bag.
Well, like I said again, coffins don't have pockets, so I'm not going to saving all this money for what? I'm not saying don't be making stupid financial decisions. However, you only got one life to live. If buying a purse that costs $1,000 make you happy, go for it. Go for it. As when
but don't be broke after.
I know. As you don't be small with
I'm
it.
sorry.
And that's
that
the
came off
difference.
aggressive.
That's the difference. Girl, you got some issues about people buying.
No, because like people they be spending mad money on some belts.
Don't get your priorities messed up.
We're not even gonna get into it.
So, but what I want to say is, for me, the reason why I like wearing labels, quote unquote, it's because I'm someone, like I said again, I'm truly passionate about fashion. So like I learn about the designers. Like I know the story. Like Gianni Versace is one of my all-time favorite designers.
You better than me.
Just how he come up, how you change the fashion industry, all of that. That's something like I'm very well educated on the fashion. Right. So like that's why like designers or certain pieces mean a lot to me.
Right.
Like to have like a limited edition, like something like a jacket. That I have is like limited edition. That means something to me. For some people, it's just, oh my God, you're just wearing designer, but it's a deeper thing to know that, oh my God, there's only
because you know the background.
Exactly, there's only 20, 30 that was made.
Right.
Like, so for me, it's different. But what I will always do is I love mixing high and lows. Like, yes, okay.
What you mean by that?
What I mean by that is I'm wearing a Balenciaga shirt, right? But this was thrifted. This is from Walmart, the hunting section.
Okay.
Like, I will mix things up.
I see what you're saying. Because there's some people that's like, okay, they wear Balenciaga from the head, they got to go all the way to their feet.
Exactly. No.
And honestly, that kind of looks a little
That
tacky.
looks very cheap. It gets really, it looks cheap very fast.
Yes, but
Oh
we'll
my
save
God.
that for another day.
We'll save that for another day because we don't want to get into it. But to go back, because I will get distracted and start rumbling. To go back to what we were referring to is my interpretation of crown and confidence could mean something different than what yours mean. And something I would love to hear too in the comments below, guys. Please, I want to know what does crown and confidence. I can't even speak.
Go ahead.
I want to know. What does crown and confidence means to you guys? So I would love to see that down below in the comments. Let me know what it means to you guys.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's the meaning for me that you are loyalty. You should act like loyalty.
Right.
And so look like loyalty. And also to do a little backpedal to dressing and looking a certain way.
What about
and
that?
it's a very like shallow to say things to say. But people will treat you based on how you look and you dress.
It's very sad.
It's
that
a very
do
sad.
That,
it's a very sad. I don't know if you guys ever seen like the stories of people dressing like a homeless person going to like a big.
It's about like the gold diggers, basically.
Exactly, or like they'll dress like look like a homeless person going to Gucci and you see how they're being treated. Right. People will treat you, and I've had experience of the way I dress. People treat you like that.
Right.
So. You definitely, you should, I'm not saying you should
look like $1 million,
but you should know this is you are a body, you are a temple.
Right.
Make sure, I'm not telling you got to be fashionable.
Right.
But again,
but make sure you're coming correct. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just don't just leave the house. You know, in the way that you just woke up out of the bed. Like you just rolled out of bed and you went outside.
A good example of that. Those people, you know how we go, oh, this is my nobody's gonna see me outfit, but all of a sudden you see
everybody at Walmart.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. I'm telling you right now. Stop doing it. I did that one time. And I did pull the bonnet trick and the hoodie trick and like, sweatpants and like slides. I'm like, no one's gonna see me. I saw people's aunts. I saw people from the neighborhood. I saw everyone that day, and I'm like, never again.
Absolutely not.
Never again.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Erase that from your mind that nobody's gonna see me
They won't
outfits.
see you.
Because that's when everybody decides to
They
show
are
up.
gonna see you.
Please, I remember
Not
once.
saying you should care about what people think about you, but at the same time, you do not want to come off at a certain way that you're really not. Just because
Exactly.
you're like, oh yeah, I feel comfy, I feel nice.
Mhm.
You're gonna go out and then you're wearing your pajamas. People are gonna be like, dang, it's 4:00 and she's still in
And
pajamas.
yeah. So
That's our take. You know, that's
really
our take.
That's really our take.
You take it or leave it. But
Exactly, and I don't want to feel like I'm coming for nobody because that's not my thing. You know,
You're
I
really not trying to
just
for
really,
nobody.
I just like to speak my mind. But yeah, so another thing that I would love to talk about is that even actually kind of like mush into confidence,
right.
because it kind of takes a lot of courage and to be honest, and one of the things I'm gonna do is we're gonna be very vulnerable,
Right.
and we're gonna be honest. We're gonna be very open,
Yeah.
and coming from someone that's extremely private, like I just always been very private, and I only allow people to know what I want them to know.
Right.
Then that's who I am, and this was actually a goal of mine for this year. One of my resolution is to be more out there.
Yeah.
And to
same.
actually, because I feel like I went through so much in life, and we're just gonna get more into this, and we're gonna get extremely personal in here, guys. I've learned so much that where I feel like I have enough knowledge to share and pour into someone else, or I could avoid someone to make some mistake that I made.
Right.
So
That's actually really deep.
it's
right?
really deep.
Yeah.
It's really deep.
That's pretty deep.
It's really deep, and
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of the things.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for me. I'm not gonna lie, to actually stand here and talk
Me
about
too.
the thing, because I'm really shy. And people I went to school with, you guys know how shy I was. I'm in my own business, like
Yeah.
blah blah blah, like all of that.
You guys
But
probably like, this is the first time talking like this.
I know you.
We're
really,
like this the entire
This
life.
is us. There's like
Like
people.
when we're by each
But it's so funny that we're saying this, but people
Yeah.
that really am
Know
close,
us.
I have a very small circle.
Like a dot.
That's like that. So you should do the same, because we'll get started. We'll talk about that a different day. So people like in my circle, they see all the craziness. This is
Right.
regular to them.
Right.
But people that I went to school with or mutual friends, like people just like that,
Think
you guys are
you're
gonna be like, oh my
shy,
god,
yeah.
yes. So it takes a lot for me to come out my shell, and I think this is the time. And I am a man of my word. If I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And that was something that I said that I need to do. It's to come out my shell, and that's all I wanted to do is challenge myself, and get out of my comfort zone.
Give him a clap.
Thank you. Yes, because
Clap
out of my
around to
comfort
him.
zone. And I would love to hear about your, what it took for you to finally do this. Well, now she's been, a whole TikToker now,
a
so
lot.
she's so useless. Y'all better, we'll link all that
and
below.
now I'm actually comfortable talking with the camera,
So
you know?
she's used to this. Me, this is new to me.
Yeah, but like he's doing pretty well. He's doing pretty well. For me, I don't know. I just feel like I had a friend spoke to me recently, Pierre Rice. Shout out to you.
Oh, shout out
This is
to you.
literally not my blood brother, but I really look at him as my blood brother.
Wow.
But he's the one who actually texted me and was like telling me like, "Yo, your content's mad good. Like this and this and this. Like you should really actually pursue being like a content creator. Hopefully, having like not saying hopefully, but he said." Having a lot of like followers, and this could be your job because I am a stay-at-home mom. I was a nursing student,
Period.
but
Shout
that
out,
had to
shout out to your
pause.
amazing husband.
We're praying to go back. Shout out to my husband.
Period.
We love you. But
Period.
yeah. So I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I just wanted. I feel like I have a talent. I feel like I have a purpose, and I feel like I have knowledge. So I feel like with moms or with people around my age that are like moms, guys, I'm 22. Just letting you know, I may look a little older, but I am 22. But with people around my age, I feel like, and especially Christ-based, I feel like I have a niche out there. And I feel like the things that I have to say, a lot of people would resonate with it and relate and could actually do something with it, just like you said.
100%.
So that's why I got myself out there. And plus, I'm taking a leap of faith. I don't know how this road is going to look. We don't know how this is going to look. We're just praying and walking in faith that God will allow it to touch the people that it's supposed to touch. And we don't even know. Maybe one day we'll be in iHeartRadio or something. We're just aiming really high, you know.
Yes, we're
laughing, but it's just because this is like something that we're really happy about.
That's true. That's true, and that's something I love to talk about is like pretty much putting things out there,
Right.
putting things out there, having faith.
Mhm.
Okay, because I do the same thing literally my whole life, and to hit a little bit more about faith in general, to talk a little bit more about faith in general, is I feel like my life is literally everything. Where I am now
Mm.
is everything that I prayed for a year, 2, 3 years ago.
Right. Right.
And it's so crazy.
Yeah.
And it's so, when you keep on repeating something in your head, you keep on praying about
Right.
something, and you always act like you already achieved it.
Mhm.
And it goes back to when God said, having a faith of a mustard seed.
Right.
And it goes back to that. I always had faith.
Right.
Where I am right now,
Right.
the younger me
Right.
always prayed about this and always acted like I was already there.
Yeah.
And I was already speaking
It's
that
that
over my
mindset.
life. And
The
the
mindset,
mindset, and
yeah.
your mindset is so important. And that goes back to people. You need to be careful who you surround yourself
That's
with.
true. True that.
I remember I was talking to a pastor many years ago,
Mhm.
and he used to say, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future."
Yo, you know that's crazy. I was about to talk about that, low key.
Yeah. See, I told you we in sync here.
Yeah. Right.
So
Mhm.
it's really important who you surround yourself
Right.
with, and especially in your teens, in your early 20s.
Yeah.
I know everybody want to have fun, everybody
Yeah.
want to do this, but it's really important who you have in your circle,
Mhm.
okay? Because a friendship, a relationship should be of you pouring into someone and they're doing the same thing in
Right.
return.
Right.
You need to sit with people, like-minded people,
Right.
and I always say, or people that is where you want to be at,
Right.
okay?
Right.
Because if you don't have that around you,
Mhm.
if you constantly taking negativity,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all you're gonna have.
Yeah. And
That's
you're gonna
all you're
turn
gonna get into negativity.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be miserable
Right.
that you're not where you want to be in your life,
Right.
but you always thinking negative.
Right.
Like anytime something negative happens to me,
Mhm.
I see it as a learning curve. It's like, okay, this happened, so I have
Right.
to learn.
Right.
You fall once, you get up 2 times.
Right.
You
Right.
just keep on going,
Right.
and
I'm
having
saying
faith.
right. Sorry, guys. It's just
No, it's true. Having
kidding.
faith,
Mhm.
faith is one of the most important things in
Right.
believing.
Mhm.
And it does. You don't have to believe in God. You don't have to believe in anything, but faith in general.
Mhm.
But my faith is through God, and it's so
Because
you could
for us in our house,
Exactly.
we serve the Lord.
exactly
But we're just talking in general. Here.
exactly just believing in yourself, and there is no like, how people say sky is the limit. There is no limit.
Mm.
There is no limit. At the end of the day, what you have in here,
Mhm.
okay,
Talk your joint.
what you have in here and up here
Mhm.
determines on what happens out there, believe it or not.
Let him cook.
So
He's cooking.
that's what you're stand on, pretty much what I'm saying, because it seems like you agree.
I feel like it's just hitting all the right
Mhm.
all the right parts and
Mhm.
spots, because I feel like I had a mixture of friends. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? For me, I'm not gonna throw any shade to anyone because that's not my place to do, and I don't like really doing stuff like that because I'm not a messy person. Okay, I can get messy, but listen, the Holy Spirit snatched me up like
blah, blah, blah.
this, saying you need to stop, and I'm sad.
I know that's right.
Either way, back to
Uh-huh.
it. I had a mixture of friends. I would say friends that have values that don't match mine.
Mhm.
And I feel like when you have those type of friends, you have to really be careful, because there are friends that will actually, you realize they'll start influencing you, how you speak, how you think, how you move. And I feel like that is crucial when it comes to your success or like your future.
Mhm.
You know, so if you have friends that are always small-minded, you will never see past what you could do or what your
Mhm.
purpose is. So I think what you said about, having friends that are literally almost exactly where you're at or above you, not saying it's a competition, but where you want to be in life, like you see that they have the values or they have the work ethic and you want to have that work ethic, cling to that friend.
Because
You know
you
what I
become
mean?
your environment.
Exactly.
You become your environment.
Yeah,
If you,
exactly.
There's no way, and like, see, I caught myself here because I was gonna get crazy. See, you guys gonna see a lot of that.
He said,
There's,
snatch him up.
yeah, the Holy Spirit got me. Okay, let me bring it back. There is no way that you are around hardworking.
Mhm.
And I think, and it goes back to our work ethic and the way we think is because of our parents.
Right.
And there's no way you're around hardworking people and you see, then goes back to you having those kind of people around
Right.
you,
Mhm.
and you're gonna be lazy. No way, it's gonna motivate
No.
you because
No.
you become your
It's
environment.
contagious.
Exactly.
It's literally contagious, because just
Mhm.
how you would have the flu and you're around people, you're going to give it off to them.
Oh my God, that's such a beautiful.
You're going to give it off
Exactly.
to them. So imagine being close to someone that
Mhm.
is always sick. Honey, yeah, at a certain point, guess what? Your immune system is going to be regulated by them, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, I already know what the flu is. You're not even gonna catch it. You're just gonna be like, oh yeah, I already know what the flu is. You're not even gonna catch it. You're just immune to it at this point.
Okay, doctor's wife, period.
You're just immune to it at this point because it's just like, oh yeah, I had COVID already, so I'm not gonna get COVID again. But it's like you're trapped in this mindset. You're trapped in this thinking that, oh yeah, like I'm supposed to be little old me or little this. I can never do this, and that comes to literally every single thing you do, not just fashion, not just work ethic, but everything that you have for your life. I feel like you have to have those friends that speak highly of you, because there are people out there that will actually, they'll actually be like, go, cheering you on. But when it's at the middle of the race, when you feel like you can't do it, they're real quiet because they low-key wanted you to fail in the first place.
Oof. Speak on that.
So you don't get to the finish line.
Speak on that.
But you need those friends in the middle of the race that they'll come and actually like take your elbows and start running with you, even if your feet is dragging to get you to that finish line. That's a word for y'all. Okay? Because listen, there is a lot of people out there that will actually try to jeopardize your success or jeopardize what you have because it's coming out of a place of envy, jealousy, and nothing that they want best for you. So be careful who you hang around with. That comes with a lot of discernment. So pray about your friends. Make sure your friends around you, your circle. I like to say keep your circle real small. Unless like you're a person that's an influencer, then you want to gravitate. People are going to be contagious. They're going to want to come to you because they see like, oh, I feel good around you. You want that good feeling. You don't want that, oh yeah, I feel good for a little second and then I feel backstabbed after something happened. You know what I mean? So make sure your environment is really pure. Pray for your friends. Make sure your friends pray for you, because at the end of the day, if you're not like this, you're going to come crumbling down with them.
Yeah, it's important. And all of this is all out of experience. And this is things, and a lot of things we are going to talk about this podcast are out of experience.
Yeah.
And like I said again, to go back, it's just to overall knowing that we could speak to someone out there, we could make someone's life easier or avoid from
making the same mistakes that we made.
100%. Right. Exactly. And that was going to be my next question for you is, what at the end of every episode, I feel like I have a goal. Okay. I would love to be able to speak to someone, right? Okay. In a way where if they kind of like when you're at church, right? Okay. And the pastor's just going on.
Oh, like he's
just going there. And there's always a person in the crowd that he is talking to. Yeah. So and
he doesn't intentionally talk because you might not even know you.
Exactly.
It just happens. Like they have that word for you.
And that's one of the things I would love to achieve, the knowing that I kind of partake in making something clearer, like a life situation. Right. More clear to someone. Yeah,
that speaking to someone reality.
Exactly. Yeah. That's one of my goals. Every episode.
I'm sure this episode definitely did that because we dropped a lot of tea in here.
What about you? Do you have like a goal that you feel like you wanna achieve?
I think my goal is to continue to keep going with this. Because I feel like sometimes when you don't see the quick results of like how much people are watching or people are commenting or liking, you get discouraged. But no matter what, I want us to continue to keep going. You know what I mean?
That's a beautiful goal.
I think that's the goal, to keep going.
And we're perfect for that, because one thing about me, baby, if I want something, I'm getting it, period.
Yes.
Ain't nobody gonna get in my way. Obstacles gonna come, but it's not gonna affect me from keep on going. So even if I got 0 views, guess what? Best believe next Tuesday there's gonna be another video, and there's gonna be another one after that. Just gonna keep on going. So please get familiar with the faces, because we're here to stay.
Nowhere, y'all.
We're here to stay.
We're gonna be in episode 50, even if we got 3 people.
Exactly.
As long as we're hitting someone's heart, that's
what's
what it's
really
all about. And as long as we're enjoying ourselves.
And another thing to kind of close this off, I want to talk up to you about is what you want to see coming up, because we have so much. I'm like, you guys don't understand.
We're not gonna like drop every single.
I'm not spilling all this tea right now.
No, but we're just a little gym. Like maybe we should say 2. Maybe say 2 each. Yeah, maybe something like that. So coming up, I feel like, talking about one, I feel like where we get a little messy, where we talk about our fashion sense back then, our bops, like our like.
That's embarrassing. I'm gonna go delete all old pictures right now after this, because we're not doing that.
If you guys really want to see me how I look back, then go on my mom's Facebook. I'm not gonna tell you her name.
She be exposing us. Yo, mommy, I can sting her.
I'm not gonna tell you her name because we need to leave her out.
I always take 20 pounds of my pictures. Like she don't know how to edit.
She don't know how to edit.
Yeah, it's showing you real raw material.
Literally raw.
Jeez.
And then also guests. I'm excited because some of these guests are like family members, but their own careers and success is different.
Amazing.
And I feel like excited to ask them the same questions that we're asking right now, you know? So that's something I'm excited about.
Yes.
What are you excited about?
Oh my God, like you said a little bit, I'm very excited because we're going to get into some deep stuff, and I'm really excited to actually open up because that's something I
you're doing so good right
do, right? I don't usually do that. Like I usually stay to myself or
Unless
my family,
it's like
my
with your
circle.
family, yeah, right.
Exactly. So I'm really excited to open up, and I feel like people could get to know me in a different level.
Most definitely.
And I'm really excited about that. And I'm also just to know us in general, how crazy our family is. And we are gonna have our family members here. And there's some of it's oh my God.
We're gonna have maybe a little bit of fighting, but not like real fighting, but like sibling fighting, you know.
But like yes, and I really want to talk about also too. I'm really ready to open up to my journey to get where I am at today, to be confident in going back to our name, to talk to you. I wasn't always like this.
Yeah.
I wasn't always like that, and I just can't wait to get into those details and just there's so much dynamic, so much things that we're just gonna be talking about.
Yeah.
And the guest is gonna be one of my favorite parts because we got some crazy lineup for you guys, some local people, and also to another thing. Please down below comment to people you would love to see join us. And
what would you like to, for us to talk about?
Give us topics.
Like,
give me your problems. One thing about me is I like to listen. She's I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, so she's gonna give you the real rational thing, and I'm crazy, so it's a good balance. Exactly. So give us, tell us. Slide into our message or DMs. Let us know what you're going through. But guys, we are just extremely excited.
Yes.
So this is first episode down.
Yes. And this podcast is not just for us, because we're growing as well, but this is for you guys as well. So
100%.
Whatever you want to see, honey, we'll bring to the table.
Exactly.
Here.
Bring it on.
So
I'm just excited. I'm thrilled, guys.
This is a new journey.
This is a very new journey for me.
Because our styles are probably gonna change.
Oh my God, for sure.
We're all the way like top tier styles right now. No, there's still more improvements,
There's always room for improvements. It doesn't matter what career, anything you win, there's always room for improvement. There's always ways you could elevate and get better at what you do. And I'm just excited to have that growth, to actually have that process documented. Like still you guys see and also just a whole set, everything. Like we are starting, everything's gonna change.
This little start
we're literally in our apartment right now and making I'm just super excited.
Yeah.
And also too, we could have our partners. It's never ending. This is gonna be so exciting.
This is gonna be very exciting.
Yes.
But with that being said, please like, comment, subscribe,
100%.
follow our Instagram, follow our Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Exactly.
And Spotify as well. We're going to be publishing on there.
Exactly.
But that will be in the video in the
100%.
intro.
And also too, we have a new set schedule. So every Tuesday, definitely expect to see us. Time, I don't know.
Right.
But
we'll
it's
get
coming.
you on a Tuesday.
You'll see us on a Tuesday. For sure. So guys, thank you so much for taking the time out and watching our first very podcast. We're not perfect, so just give us a second to grow. I am super duper excited to start this journey with you guys. Stay tuned, everybody, because we got so much to unpack. Okay, we'll see you guys in the next one with Crown and Confidence. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you so much.